Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. I am here to do a flip through of my July daily. If you remember last year, 2020, Melody Maid and I did July daily journals, and we thought misled us, but I like red, white, and blue too. But I also thought that July would be this amazing month in 2020 when the pandemic wrapped up and we saw people and it was amazing. That was not the case, but we both had room in our books, and I believe Melody did too, 2021 back here. So the first half is 2020 and the second half is 2021. Interestingly enough, in my area, July was pretty good. I got to go to work without a mask starting July 1st. All kinds of stuff happened. It has been going the other direction since, but I think it's still a neat way to see who I visited and what sorts of things I did. And I wanted you to see this tassel that has charms in it and the charms here because Nancy was asking me about charms the other day. And I'm not great at charms, but I do use them. I made this book completely from scratch. I think it might have been cereal boxes and this was a bag. I have process video of all of that from last year, so I'll link to a couple of those, and if you want to watch them, you can. But we're just going to find the beginning of 2021 right here, and I left this so I could put 2021 on it, but I haven't really seen anything in my craft room that was worthy. I know somewhere I have glitter numbers, and I thought those might be cool, but I don't know where they are. They'll turn up, and I'll add them. On the first, I have a star that I die cut and journaled on the back of, and I talked about how masks weren't required. And then I have a piece of fabric with some tickets on it, and you can see through to the second, which has a stamp, and I put just random embellishments. It's a junk journal. I'm supposed to be having fun. There aren't rules. I like how freeing that is. I don't care if things don't match or all go together. I worked at my office with no mask. Then on the third, you can see I have more stars, and I have these cute little tiny embellishments that I love that are from Honeybee, which is an Oregon company, and I love to support them. Fun little stuff just tied. Some of these are bits of things. I may have chosen this just because it was what was laying on the counter. Then I wrote on the back of it, it was a 3-day weekend, and I tried those marshmallows with the chocolate in the middle for the first time. Oh my gosh, those were fabulous. I have some washi tape right here and an old map and a 4th of July sticker. And on this one, it was the actual 4th, and I had a lot of journaling to do, so I put it all on a piece of paper that folds up and then tucks in behind. Sometimes if I'm looking at it page by page, I will make sure that as I build a page, it has a lot of space for journaling if that was a busy day. But if you don't, you can always patch it up. You know, sometimes on a Tuesday when you worked, you don't have much to say. Fun little embellishments, die cuts, bits of fabric, all kinds of stuff. I also punched some holes in that tag for interest. Wilson thought we should get up at 6:15 on the 5th, even though I didn't get in my bed until after 2 o'clock. That's my boy. It was a fairly active month. Here I have a stamp and some more stamps and some embellishments just on a piece of paper. And this day I didn't have much to say. I worked, I made a video. My honey called when To Make You Feel My Love was playing by Garth. I took Wilson on a walk, and I did a 30-minute tidy in my craft room, but it was still a mess. This is a map with gesso or white paint on it. Here's a tag with stars, and then a tag that I added a stamp and some white ink to. And then I have more journaling in here. I think on this day, honestly, yeah, I got confused and did too, but they're cute. I have a couple of these different embellishments. They're bling where it's all connected, and I wanted to use one in one of my journals. Gratitude. This is an envelope. I could have flipped it up to see. I know who it's from, but you guys don't know who it's from. But you know how I've talked about I want to use envelopes from you in my journals. My plan was this would flip up and I'd be able to see, but I glued this and it stuck right through. Washi and die cuts and fabric, and I stamped on that fabric. A lot of these you may have seen in other videos. I think I made this for a Smash Our Stash video. This I made for Joy of Blue. And again, if you make one like this, stamp on the back. Put something else in there before you sew it together. This is Vegas. So when we went to Las Vegas to see Garth Brooks, this was the first day of our trip. On the 9th, M&M's World, all kinds of fun stuff. The 10th, Hoover Dam, and this was actually Garth Day, so I have a whole piece of paper that I wrote all about it. Then Sunday morning, my dad called to invite us to breakfast, which Saturday night, Sunday morning, about every other week, that's a pretty common thing. But we told him we were in Vegas, so we were going to not be able to make it. This is from Smash Our Stash, where I sewed on sequins. I have Hard Rock, Hoover Dam, In and Out, things we did in Vegas. My favorite tee has nothing to do with it. I just like it. Stars, a tag that I made for a completely different project, and it was way too tall, so I just cut it shorter to fit. And this one, I really like this one. It opens out, and what I was thinking was I could put a picture of us from our trip. So this is the day we came home, you know, laundry and unpacking, but this is a nice spot for a photo and here. And what I usually do is I make a note, and then when I get pictures developed, I add them. This page is just all kinds of goodness of blue. This was a printable from Melody Made. She sent me a kit last year when she came up with this awesome idea, and so a lot of this goodness is from her, and this was one of her printables. Then I took a thing I had sitting around in my stash that had the star stamped. I did a die cut. Yeah, this is a die along the edge, and used this as my journaling card. And our friends from Oklahoma were visiting, and we all went out to dinner that night. And look at this, turned out cute. It's a piece of the paper, and then I just cut it and glued it onto that card. Well, I glued it on probably and then trimmed it, right? And then a star that was sitting around. And this says, "This is the life." The 15th, some corrugated blue. This glittery red is bulletin board border. I've talked about that before and what a value it can be. And then a tag that I stamped on and glued a little tiny glitter star and put some ties. And I doubled it so it was thicker. I really like this page. Shine Bright was a close to my heart piece that I got in Happy Mail. This stencil is so cool. Fresh and Renewed with Teresa sent me that, and it's a double layer stencil. Think of like your double layer stamps, where you stamp one color and then you can stamp another. But you have two stencils that work together so you can use two different colors. And then this little tiny stamp, I don't know if it came in my porch drop stuff or Happy Mail, but I love it. It might be one of my new favorite stamps. I made a pocket back here that says, "Enjoy the simple things in life." And I got a lot going on here. I have a tag on the front, but I wanted lots of space to write. So I wrote here, and my dad and I went on a road trip together to Tony's house. I've talked about Tony actually before on our videos, but we went to see family friends over the weekend. That was something that I don't ever remember doing with my dad. So I wrote about it. I wrote about, we were there over the weekend. I wrote what we did and what all four of us did together and how much fun we had. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing was working that weekend, so he didn't get to go, but we had a great time. When you do a July daily or a December daily, when you write about it, you might think, nothing in my life is that exciting, but it goes with that concept. I think it was Allie Edwards years ago, where she talked about journaling and scrapbooking is about more than the holidays. I have documented that in July of 2021, I took a road trip with my dad, and what we saw and what we talked about, what we did when we got there. This whole tag is full of journaling on the back and here. I mean, that's pretty cool. Life isn't just about birthdays and holidays. It's about what do you do every day? And it's fun to read what I was watching on TV last year, or what books I was reading, what movies we were all talking about. You know, Okay, I feel like this is glued in. We might have a problem here, Houston. Okay, it's not because of the back. The funny thing is I don't remember adding glue to this recently. Oh, I don't know what's going on. So I think what happened was when I added this flag on the back, it was this red fabric is so thin that I glued the tag in. I'm going to take a ruler or something and I'm going to put it in there and I'm going to just like see if I can kind of slice it off. There we go. Got it. Okay. We lost a little bit of our journaling, but I think we can get it. There we go. We're back together. And when you try crazy things and you don't do it all in the same order or the proper order, it's going to happen. I've never actually glued anything in a page, but I have worried about it before. There we go. And this one was just a decoration. It wasn't a number. I was just filling it in. 20. Oh, this was when Noni went to get her new knee. See? This is a big month. There was a lot more going on in 2021 than in 2020, for sure. This one I like. I just made a pocket. I have a little bit of fabric. I just like how this page turned out. There's a lot going on here. I don't worry in these July dailies about matching. I'll mix vintage and bright red all in the same page. I don't care. I'm having fun. Oh, this was the day that our neighbors cut down a tree and it smashed our fence. I don't know. It was fascinating. It was quite a day. Then 22nd, we were moving our office at work, so it was kind of a crazy time there. Look at this. I just love this paper. And so I used it for my journaling card. And then I got this in Happy Mail. And this blue circle came in Happy Mail, I think. And then the sticker was from something else. You'll see a lot of things in here that were sent to me as Happy Mail. This was an envelope that had stuff in it that I got as Happy Mail. I just like to use it. This ribbon was really using the stuff and enjoying it. Sunday morning, I was scurrying to finish a YouTube video and Dad called about breakfast. So we all went out to breakfast. And look at this. I put one of those little tiny flags on there. Can you see that? And a stamp, all kinds of stuff. The other side of that map. This was Happy Mail, I think, from Tony. And it was a postcard. And I thought, Mondays aren't very exciting. I worked from home. Matt's flight back from Vegas got delayed, but he made it home. He was back there for work, not because of our Garth trip. All kinds of fun stuff here. Then this was, I think Pam sent this to me a long time ago, and I just thought, oh, this would be great in here. I'd just been hoarding it and wondering what I was going to do with it. And then I made the side a tuck spot. I tried to make a lot of unusual tucks in here. Here's fabric. And I challenged myself. I'd put my tag on that fabric. I glued it right on there with washi. So the page is this sheer fabric, which I was pretty impressed with myself that I got it done and it worked. I went to Bend for a conference for work and it took me 3 hours to get there because they're logging from the fires. Some of this stuff I may have mentioned to you guys in updates or other videos. This came to me in Happy Mail. I stamped, I glued some embellishments. Just a hot mess. I wrote about how it was very strange to be at a conference in a big group of people and not wearing masks. And then it literally changed. We got an email and things started to change while we were there. And this was the 29th note. So this was, what will we call it, mask-free month. And then it was gone again. This one, I mixed a couple different, this was already stamped on. Then I came back with a really cute stencil that I got in Happy Mail and different size stars. I love that. And then I think Mary sent me these flowers. My apologies if it wasn't Mary, but I just thought they were precious. Sometimes I just stick one in here because it's my book and I want to see the stuff that you guys sent me. This life with you is the greatest blessing. It was a Saturday. What a lovely day. Wilson and I snuggled on the rug on the deck while I drank my coffee. It was 70 degrees before 6 a.m. That's not normal here in Oregon. Matt went golfing. I hit some garage sales. It was a day of crafting and relaxing and fun. And then look, another little tag down in here. So that's the 31st. That's the end. And then we have our gorgeous fabric. If I had needed more pages, oh, I did make a pocket here, but then I didn't go anywhere with it. If I had needed another page, you could always journal on the inside cover too. So there's my book. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing pointed out that it does not shut, and I'm okay with that. It's luscious, and I made it that crazy and big and wonderful. Like I said, if you want to know more about this book, I'll link down below, or you can kind of look around on my channel and see what you see. But this is my July daily book, and I am calling it full. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.